Sacco and Felice, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFelice.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
More talking every night. Walter Sterling, the other side of midnight.
Philip, you're on the other side of midnight. Here's your phone number, 800-848-9222. You and I are talking about, it's a tough conversation. It's a hot topic. You ready? If you and I were to meet at the mall, at the food court, and we said, so what'd you do this weekend? And I were to say, what'd you do this weekend? That's what we're talking about. Philip, welcome to the other side of midnight. Hi.
Thanks for having me. This is the greatest station because it's live. There's not this camera.
It's live. It's live. It's live.
And there's no there's no Martians or any space creatures. That's all a lot of baloney. If there was some Martians, they would have gone on Ed Sullivan's show and made themselves known. It's just a lot of baloney. I don't know why they keep up with this stuff. And I don't want to go to a nursing home either. They won't let you have a dog.
What do you want to do, Philip?
I guess just try and maintain and have a dog and computer and listen to talk radio and have the neighbors and the family.
Yeah, what kind of dog?
A bulldog.
And what kind of computer?
Dell.
Why not a Mac?
I've never been a Mac person. I've always had a PC. I don't know. Maybe I ought to get a Mac.
You ought to get a Mac, or else we can't be friends.
Oh, okay.
Got it?
You Mac guys are all snobs. You know that.
I'm not a snob. No. Listen to me. I'm not a snob. I can't figure out a PC.
Really? Apple. Yeah, you Apple guys, they're all snobs.
Well, I'm not a snob. I'm not smart.
Well, anyway, hey, I met that Steve Jobs guy one time.
Yeah.
He was in Memphis having a transplant.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was him.
He got to that transplant a little too late.
Well, he got it real quick. It was nobody else could get on that list and get it as fast as he did.
Got it. And where do you live?
I live right outside of Memphis.
I love Memphis.
Memphis. You love Memphis?
I love
It's
Memphis.
changed a lot.
I know.
What do you love? The music? Your music guy or what?
I love, this will sound pretty damn vague. First of all, I love the Ducks.
Okay, at the Peabody.
I love the Ducks at the Peabody. And if you haven't seen the Ducks at the Peabody, there's no way to explain it. I could tell you what happens with the Ducks, but it does not capture the majesty of those Ducks and the grandeur of the Peabody. So I could tell you what happens with the Ducks, but it's not going to do them justice, right? And then,
Right.
and then I love the fact that it aches. The only way I can explain it, at night, that city aches. It just, so much happened there. So much to the core of our national being happened there that you walk out on those streets and you can just feel it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great place. I just would say get the crime under control. It's a war zone right now.
I thought our great president had sent people there. Didn't our president send the National Guard there?
He sent the National Guard, and they've calmed it down a lot. But we got such poor leadership in the town. It'll go right back as soon as the Guardsmen leave.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible what they've done to this town. Bad leaders.
Bad leaders. It didn't happen overnight. It happened over many years. It was tragic. And I appreciate the call, Philip. And thank you for listening to Walter Sterling on the other side of midnight at 800-848-9222, 800-848-9222. This was the sales department would tell me to not talk about this, and therefore I have to talk about it because you have experienced this. I've experienced it. It's not something we experience every day. I have two sweet daughters, terrific daughters, and they are, 23 and 20. And my parents are in a cemetery in Short Hills, New Jersey. And they said to me like 2 weeks ago, why don't we visit our grandparents? Why don't we go visit them and make sure there are flowers at their grave and that the stones are clean? And let's do that. And it was their idea. And we drove out there today, and they stopped at a store first to buy flowers, plantings, and a trowel. Nice trowel, by the way, Dorothy. And they dug the holes and they did the planting. But this will sound so stupid, but it was so thoughtful, profoundly thoughtful. They brought a folding chair for me. They said, well, you're not going to want to stand the whole time, and it's going to be hot. You sit down, Dad, and you watch us do it. You sit down, Dad, and you watch us do it. And they set up the chair for me. I sat down, I had my camera, I took pictures of them at their grandparents' tombstone because my parents were buried in the same grave. And they put plantings for them. They made sure that Dad was sitting down and relaxed and could watch this, and it was a magnificent day. It was a magnificent day in New Jersey today. It was 78 degrees, no humidity. It was just beautiful. And I got to spend this time with my adult daughters, my very adult daughters. Not a big deal. Matter of fact, they handled it. Matter of fact, this is what we're doing. I told them one or two stories about their grandparents. I didn't belabor it. I didn't deify them. I said, well, these who your grandparents were. And the greatest thing about my parents, and the one thing I passed along to them, is that my parents decided to be who they were. They decided to have a certain level of success, have a certain type of activity, a certain type of life, live where they wanted to live. They grew up practically in the factory districts of Hillside, New Jersey, and the warehouse districts of Jersey City, and they decided they wanted to live on the top of the hill. They decided they wanted to live in Short Hills, which is like Scarsdale, Grosse Pointe, Brentwood, and they did it. And they did it honestly. They did it through hard work. They did it through focus, and they achieved what they wanted to achieve. They lived in the house they wanted to live in. They belonged to the club they wanted to live in, and they did the kind of work they wanted to do. And they had 3 kids, and with one exception, their 3 kids are doing great, and their grandkids are doing really well. That's who they are. So my kids decided today we were going to go see Grandma and Grandpa, visit their grave, clean it up, make sure it was nice. And it was a beautiful day. And then we went and had the best hot dog in the world. We had the hot dog. This is one of those hot dog places that has 3 different names depending on when you found it. It was either Galloping Hill Inn, 5 Points, or Peterson's. Those are the 3 different names depending on where you come from to that hot dog stand. And we had hot dogs. And sure enough, they had to admit these were the best hot dogs they ever had in their life. That was the day I've had today. That was my big show business day. You and I are listening to this radio show on WGN in Chicago.
Thanks for listening to The Other Side of Midnight with Walter Sterling. You can listen to The Other Side of Midnight Monday through Friday from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?